One second. First thing in the morning, at the start of the day, the first test is either a leak test once a week, and then a Bowie-Dick test is ran every day. How do you use this test in the sterilizer? Before you can start sterilization within this autoclave, it must be tested first thing in the morning. Whether you start your shift at midnight or you start your shift at 6 o'clock in the morning, your sterilizer should be tested. How do we go about testing our sterilizer? For pre-vacuum sterilizers that uses vacuum pumps, we have to use a Bowie-Dick test pack to test the sterilizer. And using a Bowie-Dick test pack, we have a selection that is produced by 3M manufacturers. We use the Bowie-Dick test pack to run our sterilizer. You may have test pack that might be produced by Steris or other manufacturers. For our case, is 3M Bowie-Dick test. How do we go about using this Bowie-Dick test? The placement of this Bowie-Dick test will be over your drain strain. And the drain strain is within the sterilizer where we place our Bowie-Dick right over the drain line because it is the coolest part of the sterilizer and this is where the suctioning of air takes place. And in order to know if the sterilizer is properly sucking out air from this chamber, we have to place this Bowie-Dick right over the drain line. After the Bowie-Dick cycle is complete, you have to open the Bowie-Dick test pack. This is what the uniform color on your Bowie-Dick test should look like. An even blackness across. How can we tell if our dynamic air remover sterilizer failed the Bowie-Dick? Usually there will be a gray circle in the middle showing that the Bowie-Dick test has failed. And if that happens, it could be one or two factors affecting your sterilizer. The drain line might be clogged. That is not causing the suction pump to suck out the air. Second, the pump itself is not properly working. That's how you can tell. And then the next thing, you have to call your supervisor or the manufacturer of this company who services your autoclave to come and take a look at your sterilizer. After your Bowie-Dick test passes in the morning, it's time for sterilization. The very first load of your day is to be run along with a process challenge device. This is a process challenge device. Within this device, it has a biological ampule called the Geobacillus stereothermophilus bacterial spore. It is the hardest to kill non-pathogenic spore that is used for testing the efficacy of our sterilant. In this case, it's steam. Because this is the hardest to kill non-pathogenic microorganism, we run it along with all of our trays for sterilization. After the sterilization process is complete, we open this back, we check the type 5 chemical indicator, make sure it has crossed the acceptance line, and if it does, then we incubate the biological indicator into our 24-minute read indicator wells. It should show that there's negative growth within this ampule. If it shows a negative growth, our sterilization process along with the physical printout and the chemical indicator and the biological indicator shows that the process and parameters were followed for sterilization. So we verify what the manufacturer validated for sterilization. The chemical, biological, and physical printout shows that we follow manufacturer instructions to ensure that everything that was placed into this sterilizer was sterile. Do we guarantee sterility? No. But we can also have quality assurance to verify our sterilization process. For you to verify any sterilization process, it has to have a chemical, physical, and biological indicators within the load that authenticates the sterilization process. Anyone, including a lawyer or a judge at the operating room, can look at our work and tell us that we recorded our chemical, biological, and physical. And everything we do will be recorded on this envelope, stating what we sterilized, the time the biological indicator went in. That's the control and the test to show that all quality assurance measurements were met. That'll be it for sterilization today. I hope this helps. Have a wonderful rest of your day.